Welcome back to the Greasy Grill. I'm Sean.
I'm James.
I'm Dom.
I'm Mike.
Let's get right into it.
It's a little bit of a change of scenery. We had to meet up somewhere else because we were all a little bit busy.
This is our Greasy home.
This is not the Greasy home. I hope you like it, though. It's a nice... We spent a lot of time trying to figure this one out.
Yeah.
Literally like 30 minutes.
Scuffed up my shoes on these bricks.
Yeah, me too. For the shoes of the week, I messed up my shoes.
Yeah.
And what's on feet this week is some scuffed kicks.
Yeah, for real.
Well,
We've been wearing the same blue foams.
What'd you say?
I've been wearing the same blue foams since we started this.
Oh my god, bro.
It's all good. Let's get right into the grease.
So-
Sean, Mike, anyone who wants to...
As many of you may have heard, George the Monkey died on TikTok. Some of you may not know him, but a lot of you do. And if you don't, he's like a monkey that would unbox things, and he was just like full of character and stuff, and people liked it. It got a lot of attention. And then the monkey passed away, and it's just unfortunate how he did because he just went to the doctors to get like fixed up, and then they put him in anesthesia. It was just his teeth, actually. It was a dentist that he went to, so it was supposed to be a small procedure, and they gave him the anesthesia, and then there was a complication with it that caused him to pass. And it's just crazy how many people came for his prayers while he was in surgery and everything, and it's just a lot to think that how people are affected by social media and how much it can have an effect on their lives.
It's honestly crazy. Like, a monkey that lives ridiculously far away from most of these people got so much love.
And it's funny to see because this one, Sean doesn't really know. He doesn't have TikTok.
I don't have TikTok.
It's just funny how you see like a polar opposite, you know, like we
I found out who
him.
he is 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, exactly. And he's just like, oh, who is this guy? Blah, blah, blah. But then for other people, some people actually cried about it.
Yeah.
People were upset.
Well, yeah, it's an upsetting thing to hear.
Yeah.
I don't want to know that a monkey died. That's kind of
Some
upsetting.
people wake up to look at those videos.
I don't have a TikTok, but I saw it on Instagram because I guess it blew up, and I actually felt really sad because like the video they put of it, like the monkey was like a little guy, like he was smiling and stuff,
Yeah,
and
he's
then
just chill, you know.
Little clothes.
yeah,
around, he
he's going to
likes-
the dentist too. That's how he
Yeah.
passed away.
It's
He's getting his teeth
upsetting.
checked out.
It's upsetting, you know. He shouldn't have passed. You know, there was nothing that he was doing that was putting him at risk. It wasn't like a life-threatening surgery.
Yeah. Pretty sure
It
he
was
was
just going to the dentist.
I thought he was just going for a clean, honestly.
Yeah, and then he was put under anesthesia so that he's not like bugging out. And
Anesthesia is wild.
Yeah.
But you can make actually like, bricks from just doing anesthesia.
Then,
Like as a doctor.
Oh, yeah, they make a lot. Compared to a surgeon, it's very similar pay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, but either way, let's get into like the topic at hand.
I
feel
kind of like something that Mike said as he was bringing in the topic, how social media affects things.
Yeah, I was about to say let's get into that.
Yeah, I really like that, and I want to branch more into that because that's
Okay. Yeah.
I do because that, you know, people obviously know that social media is like a really big thing nowadays.
It's honestly life, like
Yeah,
as
for,
it is right
yeah,
now.
for some
course.
people, yeah, social media.
Thanks
is
to
life.
iCarly.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about that last week.
Yeah, but I mean, like, if you really think about it, right? If there wasn't for any social media, obviously no one would know that this monkey was even a thing or that the monkey
Yeah.
even died.
Mm.
Yeah, exactly. They wouldn't know of its existence.
Well, see, I really wanted to talk about this because this is something I actually bring up to a lot of people all the time. How, all right, I don't even know how to start with this, but to say the least, you probably heard me say this before. I feel like just genuinely, there's only so much time in a day. I do this, I do that. I try to stay off my phone as much as I can. I like looking at things in the real world, preferred to the fake world on social media. You know, like I try to stay off. I don't even have TikTok. That's the way I see it. If I feel like I spend too much time on Snapchat, Instagram. I don't even really spend much time on it at all. But I feel like if I had TikTok, that's another like hour a day I'd be spending on my phone. Let's get to the point. I'm very big on the fact that I feel like people really focus their lives around social media. You know what I'm saying? Like they do so many things just to be like, oh yeah, I can post this on my account so people think I'm interesting. And I'm like, no, I don't even see the vanity in that. I don't care. Like, it's a fake world to me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's literally the first thing people do when they wake up. They go on their phones, and they probably just do that until the end of the day.
Yeah, before they even
wanna-
shower and brush their teeth.
Yeah,
like-
I mean, I'm honestly guilty of that myself.
oh, yeah, everybody.
Yeah, and I honestly go on my phone while I shower and brush my teeth.
Type shit.
I'm not like insane with the phone, but like there's honestly people out there that let that like dictate their lives.
That's what I'm saying.
You know, when
Like,
you're on the toilet, bro, you can't
my
tell me
God.
that you're not on
Yeah.
your phone. You can't tell me that you're
Of
not
course.
So you reading?
Yeah, maybe reading on
You got a
my phone.
magazine?
Reading on my phone.
oh, yeah, but no doubt. Like, I don't even know what I was, like, just,
I mean, like, honestly, I was kind of.
I didn't know where we were going with that, exactly.
I was like looking at something and
Don
like
was supposed to pick it up.
this is like taking a quick nice. This is taking like a quick like it's like a turn, but it's still on like the same aspect of what we're talking. Like people even get like bullied off of social media.
Yeah.
Like I forgot who it was.
I remember I used to.
Cyberbullying.
It's alright, Mike. Price up for
You
me.
were one of them. You were one of them.
I didn't bully you on social media. It was only in school.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Even better.
But I forgot who it was. But there's like one. I think it was Elizabeth Olsen. One of the Olsen twins, the one that's in all the Marvel movies. She got bullied off of social media because people were like calling her out and like trying to like cancel her. And even the guy Sebastian Stan who plays what's his name?
Winter Soldier.
Yeah, Winter Soldier. He liked something on Twitter that was like racist, quote unquote, and people are trying to like cancel him now and shit like that.
Cancel culture is so toxic,
Remember
and
that
that's
happened to Tom
exactly
Brady
what social
'cause he
media
was a
is.
Trump supporter.
Yes.
Wait, what happened?
Remember they were trying to cancel Tom Brady because he was a Trump supporter?
I didn't even hear about that, honestly.
It was during the Super
I
Bowl.
didn't even know Tom Brady was a Trump
they're
supporter,
trying
honestly.
to cancel Tom Brady because he won the Super Bowl against Patrick Mahomes and he's an African American.
All right, that's okay. That's just some ridiculous narrative. Don't
remember
even worry
talking
about
about
that.
that.
That's literally just made to make people say it's ridiculous.
They
That's one
should
of those
cancel him
things,
for making out with his son as opposed to that.
All right, why are we talking about this
Quick-
now?
It's a fact, though. About Tom Brady.
Quick flashback. Episode number 1. We actually talked about the Tom Brady about to get canceled because he won the Super Bowl. So if you're an OG supporter, you remember that conversation.
Yeah. Maybe like 2 people.
Yeah. Our
If I'm
like,
being honest, I don't remember it. but-
Me and Dom.
our, like 5 consistent viewers that watch the video every week. Thank you.
Thank you. You guys are awesome. We'll remember you at the top.
Hell yeah.
Just comment so that we
And
know.
that $100 giveaway, that's still a thing.
Yeah, when we hit 100 subscribers, one of the originals is gonna win that.
Yes, sir.
At least I hope so.
Okay, back to social media.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. Maybe this is something also I want to get into when it's stemming from social media and how people controls people's lives. You think that's pretty much where people get like 90% of their news nowadays. You know what I'm saying? That's where they get their That's where they. Whatever they see on social media is pretty much 90% of what they could say informs them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I feel like that's a pretty scary thing to see that like everything's really I don't care what anybody says. I know some people may disagree with me on this. Social media is extremely controlled as to like, especially what we've seen in the past like 2 years, in the past few years. Like they really try to like control what's on there.
Yeah, like
they
I never
really try to.
watch the news. I never read newspapers. I'm always just on social media looking at stuff that's going on.
I could get into how the news is a disgrace in
Yeah,
its
a
own.
lot of news channels are biased.
Yeah, but we could.
Depends
All
on what
right,
you follow.
all right.
I'm inclined to social media
Okay, yeah.
all the time, and I feel like
Just
I'm
to
not the only one.
just finish stem from what James just said. Every single news media has
Sounds-
its. Every news media has
Yeah,
its own.
it's
It all
honestly
comes from a
context.
person.
Tap that so it doesn't block.
Okay, every news media, anything that comes from a human being stems from an opinion. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no right or wrong, and especially when you have something, for an example, that's two sides, you have two answers. So
Right.
nobody's ever gonna think the same. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
So
I feel like honestly, the people who like, there's people who like, obviously like you said, get their information from social media, but then there's people who take that and like run with it.
no, that's what
You
I'm
know?
saying.
Like, they don't do any like research into it. They're like, oh, Tom Brady's racist. You know, shit like that.
Bro, there's some legit like merit to what I'm about to say. Sometimes if somebody just says something happened on social media, it kind of happened. You know what I'm saying? Just because of the way when you really think about it, the way it transfers with how certain people say things. Like you think like all right, I know we said we didn't want to talk about this, but you see the Bryce Hall fight the other day.
Right.
Yeah.
I hate to get into the specifics, but people are like, oh, he got knocked the fuck out or whatever. It was a technical knock. He lost, no doubt. From what I saw, he definitely lost the fight. Austin McBroom wiped the floor with him, honestly. He made it look easy. But, yeah, they were like, oh, he got knocked the... He didn't get knocked the fuck out. He was getting his ass beat, and they called the fight. But notice, it takes one person to say that, and then it's literally just as if he got knocked the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody's saying it on social media, so I guess it happened. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like...
The internet in itself is crazy. Like those SpongeBob theories, I swear to God, I've
Bro.
been watching these, but just think about it. People wouldn't be talking about them as much if there wasn't a forum, YouTube. Like,
No, you're right.
Like, people wouldn't think about it as much, you know?
We wouldn't be a thing if it wasn't for YouTube.
That's true. It's very true.
There's 100% truth to that. I know I could get into that about all these. I've been seeing these since I started being on social media years and years ago when I was probably in like middle school or whatever. And yeah, all those like theories about like childhood shows and they say like, oh, this like the Timmy. You ever see like the Timmy Turner one about like allegedly Crocker was like a pedophile or something like that. I don't even. And then it was all. See, you know what? That could be true, but at the end of the day, it's a made up story. Yeah. So I mean, you can really say it's anything. Like
but sometimes there's
the character
that backs it up. Though,
all right, but regardless, the way I'm not trying to like shit on everybody's parade, everybody's creative parade, but the way I see it, the characters are created when they start, and when it ends, they cease to exist. That's just the way it comes down to, bro. It's not a real world. So I feel like. I'm not saying that it's such a serious thing that people say these things, but I do feel like it's kind of like there are the people, like you said earlier. Some people hear shit, they take it and run. How many people do you think are going to go and like say these SpongeBob theories and be like, yeah, SpongeBob is now this, this, and this, and Timmy Turner was now like what was it, a victim of pedophilia from Crocker or something like that? Because that was the theory.
There's another Fairly Odd Parents theory where Timmy got too old to have the Fairly Godparents.
Yeah.
And he wished to be like someone else, and he turns into Danny Phantom.
Yeah,
there's that.
See that too. See, like you know what it is? You can't forget though. That show was literally made by the same Butch Hartman. Exactly. I think that was his name. He made both. That's why the characters look the same. That could be. I know it's cool to think that. It really is cool.
You never know if writers put in a deeper meaning. You know. Like,
no, you're right.
Like people say that the Krabby Patty secret formula
I know it's whale. I heard it was crab meat.
No,
that's why the Krusty Krab looks like a crab trap.
That's like the shitty theory. That's the shitty.
See, but Mike, how can you say one thing? Oh, who cares?
There's way more for the whale.
All right, so Mike, if you really want to play that game, what's the backup that SpongeBob is a sponge that lives in a pineapple under the sea, and his best friend is a starfish who lives under a rock?
Bikini Bottom, and then there's something called Bikini Atoll.
All right, but what lets SpongeBob walk around and flip burgers, or whale burgers, or whatever you want to say it's called?
Nuclear radiation.
Okay. All right, Mike.
I mean, that's what the fucking theory is, because...
So why don't we make SpongeBob with some nuclear radiation, man? I don't know what the fuck to tell you.
Yo, the Greasy Grill goes nuclear.
You ever heard of Bikini Atoll?
What's that?
I have not.
From 1947 to 1956, there was an area in the Pacific Ocean, I'm pretty sure, and that's where the U.S. Army would test nuclear bombs. It's a shit ton of radiation over there, still to this day.
Okay, so it's probably a bunch of dead fish floating on top with like 6 heads and like 3 tails.
Yeah, but this is
probably nothing crazy.
Probably fucked up the wildlife though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's dead wildlife.
The whole point of the theory is that they want to say that the writers purposely
based it off of that. Yeah, okay, all right. Then yeah.
That's pretty cool, honestly.
No, yeah, you could even argue that for all we know Butch Hartman sat there and he got I don't know which came out first, if anything. Look that up later. I don't know if Danny Phantom came out first. Maybe he could have said, I'm going to write this show Danny Phantom. What now Fairly Odd Parents is supposed to be is Danny Phantom as a kid with his fairy godparents who did this, this, and this, or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're
saying. Wow, I got to say. That is a real way that Timmy finessed the system if he did that.
Yeah.
I got to say. Yes. He really finessed it. I just wish to be somebody else on a cooler life. You know what I'm saying? Like,
doesn't get much cooler than that. He's a fucking superhero now.
Yeah, that's true.
That is true.
I really want to talk about this chicken nugget because I went on eBay and I saw a lot of Among Us chicken nuggets. I saw
that was guess. Was the nugget for like $1 million?
20. Yeah, now there's some for 26,000, 23,000, 16,000.
One of them actually sold for $100,000.
Yeah, it was like 99,437.
You want to hear my opinion on that? It could be so easy, like how we were talking on social media, for someone just who works at McDonald's. They just go in there like an idiot, and they just mold it like in Among Us, and they just give it to someone, and they just gave someone $1 million. That's
no, I think they get them frozen. I think, and I think they just fry them. I really don't know how the fuck they make them.
Even when they're done, he could still
No, you're right. No, because I think basically, what's up? I think they come with the breading on it. You know what I'm saying? So like. I don't even think they mold it. I really don't know. I don't work at McDonald's. I have no idea.
I mean, I can make it Among Us when I'm home with the nuggets.
No, yeah, I can really do that at my house.
So you guys trying to make some bank and just like.
That's what I'm saying. Like, let's just do it.
See, that's what I'm talking about. That person definitely had to identify it right when they did. Like the person who started it, identify it right when they did, and get some kind of. I don't know, some kind of right to something, some patent certification.
I don't think he necessarily did it to be like. To get money, because I don't think anyone can expect that to like blow up the way.
Well, of course not.
But I think that like someone was just fucking around, and that's how big of an impact tiny things like that can be. Like how social media, like when you fucking making like these crazy ass shows, and then you make this fan base that gets like toxic and all that.
Bro, you could really set a notification to see when someone else posts something. It's like people are really that attached to social media nowadays, and it's kind of sad. Like,
I see why, but like it's kind of sad.
I don't know.
Especially from like our parents' perspective. Like,
Exactly.
they
Like
shit.
they didn't even have
understand
phones.
it. They don't understand it.
Yo, imagine the person who bought that fucking Among Us nuggie for $100,000. Was like some kid's like mom. She was like,
Right.
anything for my son, and she just drops $100,000.
Only
My
goes
arm
down
just
in
hurt.
price.
on a fucking
I don't know
nugget.
about all that. I think some sweaty guy just sitting with all of his Star Wars Legos.
Bro, who the
Has
fuck
that
just has
thing,
$100,000 to just drop on a nugget?
Boogie 2988 or you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, I know Boogie.
There's a lot
He's
of rich
Mountain Dew
people
guy,
out
right?
there. I don't know.
That's
I
stupid.
mean-
That's something so. That's
Like
like,
Ricky Burr.
People
would
like what they
probably
like.
buy it.
bro, that's dumber than buying like fuck. I don't even know, bro. Like,
It's dumber than you.
it is dumber than me, bro. That's pretty fucking
Somehow.
hard, bro.
No, I'm
Like,
joking. Bro. I'm joking. Calm down.
bro, but like,
That's even more
it just,
insulting.
bro, it just
You
goes.
said that it's dumber than him, but then you said you were joking, which means that he's dumber than the Nugget.
Fuck you guys.
I didn't even mean it that way, but okay, Mike. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Alright, but still, like, it just goes back to how social media dictates people's lives, bro. Because, like, bro, Among Us blew up on fucking YouTube and shit, and it was like, oh, bro, Among Us, that's the shit.
I
Among
loved that
Us.
fucking game when it first came out. I was playing the shit out of it, but
Yeah, but you
I
can't
would
go
always
back to
leave
it,
when I
right?
was an imposter, bro. I would just leave. I would always just leave. Every single time.
You're
You
not-
wanted to be the imposter?
Yeah, bro, that shit is mad.
You wanna
fun,
know
because
something
then
funny?
These people suck.
I've never played Among Us once in my life.
You trust me, you're not missing out on much. It lasted for like a week. For me.
I had so many people telling me like, "Oh, you need to play it. It's really fun. We
No,
could play it."
it's
I don't know. It looked okay.
It's not that good. It's not
I can understand why people like it though. You play with your friends. It's
yeah,
easy
it's fun
on your
when
phone.
It's a lot of
like-
people. You go on Discord, but then everybody mutes their mic, and then they only talk when they're like in the conversation part, and then whoever's dead has to leave their mic muted. There's like a bunch of rules to it, but when everybody follows the rules, that's when it becomes fun.
Okay.
I
That's
feel
the
like
only time though. You gotta have all your friends. Everybody has to know the rules, and then it works. And then at that point, you may as well just go play fucking Call of Duty or something.
You're right.
You
I
know,
would
it's
exactly. I
so
don't
much
play
fucking work.
games as is. Like
I think it was a good game, but like it has no longevity. And just like
Yep,
we were talking with social
exactly.
media, it got blown up, and it just
Yeah.
became what it was.
Mm-hmm.
Of course it got blown
Social
up.
media blew it up and killed it because all these people going on their phones and just ruined it.
Same
Bro,
thing
that's-
with Fortnite.
The
That's
memes
the-
ruined
Yo,
it.
Fortnite
The
got
memes ruined it.
destroyed
It
with
became-
that,
'cause
but
it
I
was
guess it's
a-
still
it was a
boom.
really strategic game trying to think about, look at what people are saying, analyze what they're saying, and try to decide who's actually the imposter. It's supposed to be a
brilliant game, too.
psychological game. It's supposed to be
it's
really
strategic. Yeah,
it's
strategy.
very strategic, and people just turned it into a joke, which sucks. It could have been a really cool.
You know what game
I think it's
honestly
still
got
kind of
blown up by social media and honestly like impacted video games as it is?
Pokemon Go.
Nah, but yeah, Minecraft.
Oh,
Minecraft is
yeah.
nuts.
I play Minecraft all the time. I love.
I don't.
Minecraft.
I used to
doesn't
love
know
Minecraft.
Minecraft?
Everybody
I play the
dude.
servers, like the online shit.
Well, that's a game we're gonna
Yeah,
tell our
PC.
kids about. Like that was. I could say that game
Still
is
gonna be
revolutionary.
play- I honestly think our kids will probably still be playing it. That game's gonna last for a while. But I'm gonna make
Okay.
sure that my kids watch SpongeBob.
Some kind of revamped. I really hate to say it. Well, I'm thinking. I just turned 20 years old. If I have kids in 15 years, right? I really wonder what video games are going to look like in 15 years. You know, and let's say
Insane, bro.
until they're 5 years old, because I'm not getting my kids a game system right when they're that young. I'm not making
Right,
that mistake.
yeah.
Screw that. I'm not getting them attached to technology. I really wonder what video games are going to look like at that point. Like, I
probably
really
still
just,
gonna be
I don't even
GTA
know.
5.
I feel like there's really not going to be systems like we have it. It's not going to be controllers. It's all going to be VR.
You're right. That's
No,
going to just be
so-
the next big thing. I feel like once they make it easier to use, I feel like you know what I'm saying? They're just
Once
gonna,
it's more accessible.
exactly. Yeah,
The thing
that's
with
what I mean.
VR is, I played VR. My friend has it. We play like every so often. It's a really fun thing, but it's not like it. Honestly, is different from video games.
I love
I can't
VR.
really classify them the same
So
thing. Like
You're 100% right. It's
Yeah,
more of
but-
like not a party thing, but yeah, I mean it is a good party thing.
But here's the
But-
thing.
It's good
like,
exercise.
Yeah, yeah.
Burn mad
You can do
calories.
it.
But you
VR.
take off the headset, you're just dying.
Our kids aren't going to know what we know, where it's like PS4, PS5, Xbox. All they're really, bro, if what I'm saying really happens, all they're really going to know is VR.
they're gonna know like whatever's trending at the
gonna
time.
be
And right now,
PC,
like
bro.
with this generation right now that's my sister honestly, and like whatever's growing up, they like Roblox and like
Yeah, I fuck with
fucking
I used
yeah,
to-
and
I
like
used
other
to
shit.
Roblox is okay. I never really can't
Oh
really say
my
I played
God,
it like
I
that.
hate
I grew up with it a little bit.
so much.
I don't know. I cannot really say I played it like that. I
was
don't
never
know.
able to connect with that game. I played like 2 times, and I was like, fuck that shit.
Bro, that's another game that kind of got blown up by social media, honestly, like a little bit.
Yeah, but it's a meme.
The thing,
Exactly, and they kind of ruined the game.
I have a hot cake.
Hit us.
Do you think those games blew up the way they did because it gave these kids a platform to like talk to each other? Like, yeah, Club Penguin, you could talk
No
to
doubt.
people randomly.
These
No
kids
doubt
don't
at
know
all.
about
Yeah,
Club
it's like-
No doubt at all, bro. I can talk about I can't really talk about Club Penguin, but I'm glad you brought up Club Penguin.
Club
There's not much
Penguin's
to say
also,
about
like,
it, but
a
yeah.
pioneer and all that.
Oh, no doubt, bro. I really like that you brought that up too, because you really look at like that was the era. How do I say this? I personally feel my age, all our age, we are at the good like generational point. We were in that good age group where, especially, I'm not even just jacking this. I feel like especially my year, maybe like one more, one less age group, like because I got a cell phone for the first time, cell phone when I was like right before I became a teenager. Around that, like, you know what I'm saying?
Was it a flip
Yeah.
phone?
It was, I had a fucking slide thing with the keypad. You know what I'm
Yeah, I
saying?
had the
Like,
same thing.
I had my first
Exactly.
phone when I was like 8, but it was a flip phone. And
Exactly.
It didn't even have service.
bro,
at
now
first.
kids get like smartphones when they're 5. I feel like
that.
we were at that perfect time where we got technology at that age. We were in that slight transitional age of that first maturity change.
Yeah.
And it really like helped us in that sense to become mature. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I guess
I
Club
mean,
Penguin was that step before, you know, like Webkins
Yeah.
or whatever, stuff like that. I
But
remember
you know what's
Webkins.
really crazy? You know what's mind blowing? It's like these kids play games on that phone. But when I had my phone, I remember I did the same thing. I was playing Sonic on my little Motorola.
Oh, yeah, of
flip
course,
phone,
yeah.
you know, like that was just a vibe. And I remember I used to, and then I got my dad's old BlackBerry. So it wasn't the slidey one. It wasn't the cool one. It was just a regular one.
Okay.
And then I was playing that brick game. You know the brick game?
I love that
Tetris?
game,
Tetris,
bro.
Tetris.
No,
No, it's not
Tetris,
Tetris. It's Brick
not
Breaker.
Tetris,
Brick
not-
Breaker.
Yes, with the ball.
Yeah, you have to like slide it and it
Yeah,
hits the ball and
yeah,
goes
yeah,
up.
it slides a little square.
I love when you get it above the bricks and then
Yes,
he's going up and down
yes,
there
yes.
fast.
That game is so fun, but I remember I used to start screaming. I almost broke my dad's phone.
Bro, even like my nephew and my sister and her, my brother-in-law, they watch this weekly. My nephew got an iPad when he was like 1.5.
That's,
Yeah, that's
nuts.
crazy. Like this thing is huge for me. It's
Yeah.
huge.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
My
I
nephew
really.
got an iPad when he was like 1.5.
The
around
worst is when I'm
2-ish.
at the restaurant. When I used to work, they would put the way that the iPad is right now is how they would leave it. Let's say they're getting some food, they would just leave it here. So I would move the iPad over, and then the kid just starts crying. I'm not even picking it up. All I'm doing is this.
No, see that's
And then
one.
he starts crying.
That's one aspect where I really commend my sister, because she doesn't. She has it where my nephew doesn't like depend on it
Yeah.
at dinner. Like he watches it. He watches his like kid shows.
And then the
but,
parents
like,
do nothing too. They just
Exactly.
sit there and watch it happen. I'm just sitting here like,
I think it.
Nah, yeah, like my like sorry to cut you off.
No, you keep going. I
But,
cut you
like,
off.
That's one thing that I like I said, I commend them because my nephew doesn't like rely on it. Like he watches it for fun. But still, it's still like a little out there for him to have a fucking iPad at 3 years old.
yeah, my cousin had an iPhone at the age of 2.
Jesus fucking
3.
Christ, bro.
Like an iPhone 5S or something, which was one of my dream phones when I was like 12, 13 years
Well,
old.
I had like
Yeah.
I had an iPod Touch.
The iPod Touch. Yeah, I had an iPod
I mean,
Touch.
I didn't.
I remember I
had
paid
the,
for it myself though. Like,
I had the original one, the really shiny one, the fat one.
yeah, with the silver back on
Yeah,
it. The,
but
the
it-
first
it-
one with no camera on the back.
Yeah, with the black.
Oh,
shit,
really?
The little black thing on the back, and then
Really?
I got the next one after that, and then I got the fourth, the colorful one.
Okay.
I had
But
the
I got
iPod,
the gray one.
I had the iPod Nano. It was just straight.
The
it was all
Nano.
music.
I had the Nano too. That was the very first one, the little tiny square. It was
Yeah,
literally
bro.
the size of this coin.
I fucking love that.
Those
thing.
are so hard to upload music though. It used to
Yeah,
take
I
like
would
12
just have
hours.
my older cousin would do it. I would just be like, Sarah, can you upload these? And then
Bruh.
she's like,
Do you remember the Zune?
Yes.
The Zune?
Yes,
Yes.
I remember those.
I remember playing Game Boy on the way to preschool.
What about Tamagotchi?
Nah, I was
Nah,
always
never
playing-
had
No, I never had. I know what that is though. That was cool.
Yo, you know what? Like, it's still like relatively young, I guess. But like, bro,
What's-
my childhood was DS.
Yeah,
I love that.
yes.
I never had a
miss my
gaming
DS,
system.
man.
Like, I never had like a
Nah,
Xbox,
yo,
a PS5.
Dom.
or anything.
Sick.
Dom, I know for a fact because I remember. I believe it or not, my science teacher was talking about this in 6th grade. When I was in 6th grade, when it was only maybe like not only a few years old, like less than 10 years, they were already calling the DS Lite retro.
Are you serious?
Yeah, she was saying that. I mean, alleged. She was saying that it's
Well, it came
considered
out in
like retro.
2004.
That's what I'm saying. And this was
Yeah.
at like this was 2012, 13 at that point.
Yeah, so, I mean,
So
that's
almost 10
pretty
years.
old.
So
She's
bro,
right, 'cause
yeah,
you can't
those.
get one nowadays.
Yeah, you can. What?
You can't get one of those
No, you
nowadays.
can
No, you
actually get them
can.
online.
They're
For,
really expensive on
the
the
lights?
I have 2 of them.
If you want to, wait, you have a DS?
I have 2 DSs.
How much do you want?
Yo, throw me an offer when we're done recording.
Or maybe nah, I want the 3DS. It's
The
why.
thing is, I have the 3DS. If you get the DS, you're going to have to buy the games too, and the games are going to be more than the
I
console.
have OD games.
It's not worth it.
I have many games.
I remember how I ended my last Nintendo DS. I was playing Pokemon for you guys that played Pokemon
Diamond?
before.
I used to play that.
I was playing because I lost my DS. Lost it. I just kind of forgot about it for like maybe 3 months. Real quick, what's up? Oh. For like 3 months, I find it. It was Pokemon Black.
Oh, bro,
I never
fucking
played that.
love that
Bro,
one.
I just restarted the game and everything. I'm not even joking. I got up to the 6th gym leader in an hour and a half, and it froze on me. I didn't save it.
You saved?
I looked down at my Nintendo DS that was already half busted. I grabbed each screen and I pulled them apart, bro. I was so mad.
Yo.
I was so mad. I was like, I'm done with
I
this
have
shit.
a DS actually.
I had anger issues when I was a little kid, though. I can't deny that. Fuck you. Me and you were gonna have a conversation.
Fuck Drake.
We just talking about
Fuck Drake.
Yo, fuck Drake.
I felt like
fuck you for saying fuck Drake. I still said fuck Drake though.
Yeah. My bad, James. Got it.
I think kids nowadays, I think they're a little bit like, you can make the argument they're a little bit more nasty because around like video games and cartoons, like we had a more minimalistic childhood. It was just what we all just said, like this whole 10 minutes we've been talking about this. It's nothing crazy compared to like one thing that these kids have today. Like I never like would even imagine fucking Spider-Man PS5. That'd be crazy if I was like 6. But kids are getting, like you guys said, they're getting iPad Pros when they're 1. And it's nuts.
Ridiculous.
And that's how they get honestly nasty. That's how the social media affects
They don't even
all
know
these kids.
They don't even know what to do with it.
Exactly. That's
I don't.
It's
I
like-
barely even know what to do with it. I just use Google Docs, Sheets,
And YouTube.
Google Drive, and Gmail. That's really what I use on this.
Honestly, yeah.
And I really think, like, for an example, the first gaming system I ever had, I think I got it when I was like 6 years old. You know what it was? It was GameCube.
Yes,
Bro, it was
Yes.
so
Fucking
fun.
GameCube. I
And-
remember when I would play with all my friends and the dog would walk by and then knock all the wires out. We were
Yes,
playing Smash
bro.
Bros.
Yo,
or Mario Kart.
Shout out
The
to
wires.
Alec, bro.
The wires.
yeah. Alex still has his
We
mint.
play,
I still
every
have
time we
it.
go to Alex
Does
to
that
play
have a GameCube?
GameCube.
That's all.
Yeah, I love it. I love when we go to
Shout out
Alex and
Alec
play
for the
GameCube.
retro basement.
He has the Super Nintendo. I think he has a Nintendo
Yeah.
64.
Yep,
Yo,
Super
Alex
Nintendo,
stays playing
N64,
Donkey Kong.
GameCube.
Yo, one day, bro, we'll do like a video game tour in Alex's house, like a little short clip type of thing. It'd be pretty cool, I think.
That would be gas
I
because he
agree.
has some.
Oh, yeah, I remember we were playing Nicktoons Unite, and
Yeah.
Dom was having, like, I don't even know, he was just getting really excited about it. He was like, no way, I can't believe it.
Bro, I fucking love that shit.
Did you play Danny Phantom?
That's
yeah.
exactly what he got us most excited, because Uncle Vlad came in, or whatever the guy's name
I
is.
fuck
don't
with
even
Danny
remember.
Phantom.
Vlad, bro. Got his last name. Vlad Masters.
You remember when they ended the
Vlad
show
Masters.
and they had the movie with him, like he was the villain, he was like older.
Yeah.
That was nuts. That was probably like honestly the biggest blockbuster of our childhood.
Yes,
when it came
bro.
to it.
Oh my
The
god.
biggest
I
love
blockbuster
Danny
of our
Phantom.
childhood,
Timmy
bro, was
Jimmy.
the Drake and Josh movie.
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
yes,
really
the
big
Drake
shrink?
and Josh movie. I missed that.
I could
Fuck.
fairly thank you.
What
Yeah,
about
I
the
could
Fred
fairly
movie?
say
I
What
that.
love
about
all.
the Fred movie?
I think I talked about this before on the show. I really didn't fuck with Fred that much. I think
I
it was
like
last
the
week.
movie. The show sucked. His
I give him
video
props
sucked.
though.
The movie was decent.
Yeah,
I like the
I
movie.
think the movie.
I think
was
yeah, I
good.
saw them. I
It was just a
remember
little
with the
weird.
girl and
I watched
the-
it when I was really young.
Who was the guy,
but I was
Kevin?
just a little weirded
it
out.
was Kevin, right?
Yeah, Kevin.
Alright.
Kevin or
I think
28 minutes, 29 minutes. Yeah,
Yeah,
we
we're-
good.
we're not even gonna bother with what's on feet this week. We're in a tight area. I do want to mention one.
I got the
thing.
Black Forces on. I'm just letting
I
you know.
have what the fours.
I have Royal Ones.
Blue foams.
James's Blue Fox.
All right, what's up, Dom?
I just want to mention one thing that you guys have been seeing this whole episode. That picture right there.
That's Joe.
Shout out to Joe Jimo.
Shout out
Link
to
in
Joe
the description.
Young John.
I'm gonna have his Instagram's link in the description.
He's a cool fella.
You gonna plug him?
Yeah, I'm gonna plug him. Shout out to Joe.
He come in clutch this week.
Hell yeah. But thank you guys so much for watching.
Have a great day.
Take
See
care,
you
guys.
next
Thank
week.
you for watching.
Just end the audio, please.
I got you.
Thank you.
Stop record.